Hi guys, this is a part 2 of the video that I made a few months ago where we learned how to do like these kind of effects in After Effects and Premiere Pro. So these are still very trendy transitions and you can pretty much make anything look epic like this. Yes, even a Cybertruck. So since my last video, I have refined my process and I'm only using After Effects for this, and also thought like I should share my streamlined approach step by step with you so that you guys can master this too. Hi guys, my name is Asad and this is a channel all about technology, cinematography, and we do tutorials from time to time here and there. So if you're interested in that kind of content, please consider subscribing and do check some of the content out. Okay, so let's get started. For this sequence, I'll be using my Osmo Pocket 3, which I'm using for most of my video work these days, and especially for these kind of videos. I would recommend also like using a gimbal or like this kind of thing. Osmo Pocket 3 gives you like active track, which helps you keep the subject in the center of the frame, and this will really help you when you are in the editing software. Also, this allows you to shoot like in vertical mode, which cuts down some of the time when you're editing. Okay, so the next step is shooting. So I'm gonna be using my cinema camera as a subject, and I'll be using Osmo Pocket 3 to shoot the sequence. So let's begin. So I'm putting this in the vertical mode. Now I'm shooting on 3K resolution, and for these kind of shoots I would recommend always shoot 60 frames per second or more, so that you can get like the little bit of extra frames to stabilize the motion. And I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and enable active track. I'm gonna start shooting. Try to shoot from all angles and try to be steady when you're moving in or out. Okay, so let's begin. So this is all for demonstration purposes, guys. I'm gonna now put this in Adobe After Effects, and we're gonna start editing and start creating a sequence. So let's begin. So I'm gonna open up After Effects and create a new composition. I usually name the composition as something like new comp or main comp, something that I can easily track while working in different compositions in After Effects. Also, I am gonna select the social media 1080 by 1920. And I'm gonna hit OK. The next thing we're gonna do is like bring an audio clip that we are gonna use for this clip, and I'm gonna put that in the composition. I'm gonna drop down and select the waveform, and I'm gonna start creating the markers. So these are the points exactly where I want the video to cut, and I'm gonna basically create these quickly. Okay, let's bring all the clips down that we shot using the DJI OSMO Pocket 3. And let's start with the first clip that I'm going to work on. So I'm going to only show you 2 clips what I'm going to do, but like the process is the same. You're going to keep on repeating the process, and then basically we will be doing the next step, which I'll explain. So let's pick the points, trim the clip, and drop it into a new composition. So this is our clip, the first clip. Now we're going to go and apply stabilize motion. So what this is going to do is actually going to put like a marker in the center or like whatever point you're gonna select, and then it's gonna actually keep that point as the center point of the clip. So you can adjust these things. I just made it bigger so that you can see better, and then hit play. It's creating keyframes, and keeping the subject in the center. That's what it's doing. So let it do its thing. So once you're satisfied with the results, just go ahead and click apply. Let's play it one more time. Just make sure everything looks good. Don't worry about the black borders. We shot in 3K and our timeline is 1K, so we should be okay with that. So we're gonna bring it into our main composition now, and we're gonna apply time remapping. So this is very important, guys. So just pay attention to this step. When you create time remapping, it's going to create one endpoint and one start point. That's the start and end of your clip. This is the time that we're going to play with. So I'm going to create another keyframe just before the last keyframe, and I'm going to remove the last keyframe, and the keyframe that I created, I'm going to just bring it somewhere in the middle, and you can see the beat marker up top. So I'm just going to copy the first keyframe of this clip, and I'm going to paste it towards the end. And now it's like creating that boomerang kind of effect. Select all these keyframes and do a easy ease. And then after that, I'm going to go into the graph editor tool, So it should look like this. And stretch it out all the way left and right, and from the top too, and from the bottom one as well. It should exactly look like this. Let's play it back. You can see it's bouncy, it's very smooth. So let's pick another clip. Let me quickly redo all of this process. I'm going to fast forward this. Okay, once you are done creating the sequence, last step is to go and create a new adjustment layer. And once you have the adjustment layer, go in the effects control panel and look for the effect called force blur. So you can play around with the settings once you apply this effect. I usually go with 40, 30 to 40. That's my blur setting. But again, it depends on the clip and like how fast I am like moving. So, just play around with the setting. This will create like the motion blur between the clips, and it's gonna look more realistic motion jumping from one clip to another. And this is the final product.